Chapter 298, 9 Nether Ghost Spider 1. Looks like he was most likely killed and his soul took the initiative to fuse with the horse demon's soul. Song-Shi sized up the netherworld with interest. There was no netherworld in this world, but with things like ox head and horse face, it was completely possible to build a netherworld. It should be. After all, it's not the time to die of old age yet. Ghost Fiend sighed and chanted an incantation. A dark light shot out and landed between Horseface's eyebrows. He shouted in a low voice, "Elder Wang, wake up quickly. Otherwise, you'll completely become a beast." Bai Yuer and Black Snake were dissatisfied. Who were they calling a beast? But due to Song-Shi's presence, they did not say much. Wang Zillion's eyes trembled. In the midst his madness-ravaged eyes, there was a human-like struggle. His rationality gradually recovered. "Let him go." Song-Shi gestured to Bai Yuer. The latter regained his freedom and looked at Song-Shi and Ghost Fiend with trembling eyes. "Why did you come in? You shouldn't have come. You shouldn't have come." Song-Shi was deep in thought as he asked, "Did anything happen here?" "Dead. They're all dead." Wang Zillion sat on the ground weakly. Tears flowed out of his eyes, and he was in a daze. "Elder Wang, tell me exactly what happened." Luo Kai was a little anxious. He thought that the situation here would be better, but it was not the case. He was already a little frustrated. Wang Shi's horse's mouth trembled. "More than half a year ago, we were suddenly ambushed by the Keon Dragon Army and the Fiend Eradicators. The army pressed down on the border, and the sect protection array didn't last long before it was destroyed. The sect was surrounded and suffered countless casualties. We had no choice but to retreat to the Spirit Land to continue fighting." Isn't this similar to normal development? What happened after that? "Where's you?" Luochi did not understand. "Dead. They're all dead." Wang Shi restrained his spirit and became unstable again. "I'm dead too. I want revenge. Kill." Wang Zillion, who was slumped on the ground, opened his mouth and bit at Luo Kai, forcing the latter to dodge. "Die!" Wang Zillion got up and was about to slash someone, but Bai Yuer easily froze him with a flick of her finger. When Song-Shi saw that Wang Shi had gone crazy again, he frowned. "This guy's spirit is in a mess. We won't be able to get anything out of him. Continue to go in and capture a normal person to ask." He sped up and arrived at the place where the Black Mountain ghostly emperor had been sleeping. He discovered many large pits formed by the battle. A large number of cold white bones were scattered nearby, as well as some Dharma artifacts fragments. Song-Shi sensed a dangerous aura and looked at Bai Yuer and Old Freak Hai, whose expressions had also changed. "There are soul transformation cultivators here?" "I don't think so. Typically, soul transformation powerhouses of the Heavenly Ghost sect will directly ascend to the netherworld through this spirit land. They won't dare to act rashly like us because it's too dangerous to go to the Black Spirit world." Black Snake shook his head. "Then who did this aura come from? It's so unholy." Song-Shi muttered and immediately thought of something. "Unless this is the sect master's soul-binding chain." "It actually broke," Ghost Fiend exclaimed. He found a chain from the crack. His expression was ugly. "Is the Keon Dragon Army that powerful?" Even the sect master's Dharma treasure was shattered. At this moment, a circle of fog appeared out of thin air in the spirit space. It was grayish-black and spread continuously from a certain place. The flames on Song-Shi's body became fiercer. He instinctively felt uncomfortable. On a closer look, the black fog was rapidly melting his pure yang fire. A Foundation establishment disciple was enveloped by the fog for a moment. The barrier was destroyed in the blink of an eye. The flesh and blood that came into contact with the fog began to melt, and his bones were revealed. "This is the 9 Nether Ghost Fog. Everyone, quickly defend yourselves. Otherwise, your vitality will be corroded and you will turn into bones." Ghost Fiend reminded with a solemn expression, "Everyone, help each other. Those who can't withstand it, retreat first." A miserable scream came from the depths of the ghost fog. It was especially mournful. Then, a woman with only half her body running over was covered in blood and her hair was disheveled. Savim! Swoosh! In the next second, she was pulled back by something. The ear-piercing scream lasted for a moment before it was interrupted by the sound of chewing. A golden light flashed in Songshi's eyes as he vaguely saw a monster with many tentacles. A powerful sense of oppression spread over. The aura here comes from it. Bai Yuer stared at the monster in the distance. Perfected soul transformation. There's actually a perfected soul transformation ghost here. Black Snake frowned. If I'm not wrong, it must have devoured most of the ghosts here. That's too crazy. I just don't know who this monster is. Songshi narrowed his eyes. The 9 nether ghost fog was too dense for him to see clearly. The monster also sensed them and slowly raised its head. A cold wind blew, causing the black fog to roll violently. 4 rows of 8 blood-red lanterns appeared in the fog. A strange and unholy aura shot out from the blood-red eyes. There was no trace of human emotion, only violence, killing, and coldness, as well as a trace of greed. Songshi felt like he was being targeted like a prey. He instinctively felt uneasy. The black and white demon venerables even unleashed all their demonic power to deal with the enemy. The others immediately fell to their knees. It was difficult for them to withstand the pressure that filled the void. Some even fainted. Bang bang! The spirit's space shook, and the monster quickly walked over. More of its body size was revealed. Its mountain-like body was not very tall, and it looked very agile. Songshi looked over and said in surprise, "It's actually a spider." The monster that looked like a tentacle from afar was actually a black spider. The blood-red lantern was its eye, and its body carried an incomparably brutal aura. This guy is dangerous. Black Snake uneasily activated the bone transformation poison.